So hey everybody, it's Mickey and I am back again today with another family night dinner, episode 2. This time we are making barbecue, pasta, some coleslaw, and Butterfinger cake. So if you are new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. So my luck lately has been every time I have planned a cookout with the family, it has poured down rain. But I'm not going to let the rain dampen my spirits. Today I'm going to be giving you a whole menu of an indoor barbecue so you'll have it when you need it. First up today, we're going to start with dessert, which is my favorite part of the meal anyway. And today we're making Butterfinger cake. If you are a fan of Butterfinger candy bars, this is the cake for you. I used to make this cake all the time when my kids were really young, but it has been years. This is one of the simplest poke cakes that you can possibly make, so let me show you what you're going to need. So what you're going to need for this recipe is either a chocolate devil's food cake, or you could even use a yellow cake if you wanted. You'll also need about 3 or 4 Butterfinger candy bars, a jar of Smucker's caramel ice cream topping, some condensed milk, and a tub of 8 or 12 ounces of Cool Whip. To start off, we are just going to make our cake according to the package directions. You know, sometimes I like to add milk and pudding to cake mix, but for this recipe, you really don't even need to do that. You're going to add your oil, water, and eggs, beat that all together, and then you're going to add 1 crushed Butterfingers bar. Add your batter to your prepared 9x13 baking dish and bake according to the package directions. While the cake is baking, mix together the can of condensed milk and the jar of caramel topping. I find that if you mix this together in a really large measuring cup, it is so much easier to pour it out later. Immediately after you take your cake out of the oven and while it is still hot, take a serving spoon and poke holes about 1 inch apart and about 1 inch or so deep all throughout your cake. Pour the mixture of condensed milk and caramel over the top of your cake, making sure that you fill as many holes as possible. I always like to redistribute the little puddles that form on the edges of the cake. Eventually, all this liquid will be absorbed. You're going to want to let your cake sit until it is completely cooled off. I usually let it sit for a few hours. After your cake is completely cool, you're going to cover the top with Cool Whip. Now, I usually just use an 8-ounce container, but if you really love Cool Whip, use as much as your heart desires. The more, the better. Then we're going to cover the top with more crushed Butterfingers candy. Once you've added all the crushed Butterfingers to your heart's desire, cover with some cling wrap and stick this in your refrigerator. This cake is best cold. It's perfect for a really hot day. I know your family is going to love this one. I will leave all the information for this recipe down below. Since it is pouring outside, we are going to be making our barbecue chicken in the crock pot today. I have a really large package of skinless, boneless chicken breasts that I got from Walmart this week, and I'm probably going to be using this whole package. We also are going to be using some Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar barbecue sauce. It is just our family's favorite. And I always like to season anything that goes in the crock pot really, really well. I like to use garlic powder, ranch dressing, minced onion, a little paprika, a little bit of pepper. We're also going to be using Capital City MAMBO sauce. This is a staple in DC. It's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit spicy, and it makes everything so good. I have my chicken in my prepared crock pot. I've just sprayed it with a little bit of non-stick cooking spray. I have the chicken all seasoned up, and I'm going to be adding some MAMBO sauce to the top here, and then I'm going to be adding the remainder of the bottle of barbecue sauce, and then about a half of a new bottle of barbecue sauce. Then we're going to cover it. I like to cook my chicken on high for the first hour and then the remainder of time on low. We're going to cook this until it is nice and tender and easily shredded, which will probably be about 4 hours. While our chicken is cooking away in the crock pot, we are going to be making the best pasta salad and coleslaw. Now, to start this all off, I'm going to be putting together the dressing for my pasta salad. I always use good seasoned Italian dressing mix. It is just the best one out there. I like to use a combo of mostly olive oil with a little bit of vegetable oil on top, and I always use balsamic vinegar. For my pasta salad, I usually need the majority of 2 batches of this dressing, so I like to get that done in the beginning and get it in the refrigerator, and then we will start on the pasta salad. I really do love making pasta salad. I think it's just one of those dishes that you can change up every single time that you make it, depending on what you have in your refrigerator. My favorite pasta to use is ratatouille. It's like a ruffle type of noodle that really holds well to the dressing that you add. For veggies, today we are going to be using some green and red bell peppers. I have some shredded carrots. I also am going to be adding some broccoli and English cucumber, and I do like to add a little bit of corn because it always adds a little bit of sweetness. You can also add olives, hard-boiled eggs, cheese, tomatoes, asparagus. It really is easy to make this salad your own. So we are going to get our pasta boiling in the pot, and then we are going to chop our veggies for the salad. Now you can add the broccoli to your salad raw, but I like to add it to my pasta water when there's about, like 5 minutes left to boiling. It really does bring out the color of the broccoli, and it cooks it just a little bit so that it is tender enough for your salad without being too hard or too soft. So in a large mixing bowl, I have all of my chopped red and green pepper and cucumbers, and I'm going to add my pasta and broccoli. You should rinse your pasta in a little bit of cold water, but your pasta should remain a little bit warm because it helps it absorb the dressing that you're going to be mixing it with. Add the remainder of your veggies and combine. Add a good portion of the dressing to your pasta and combine well. I do like to reserve at least like 3/4 of a cup of dressing to add to the pasta right before serving if it just needs a little bit more. I always transfer my salads to a ceramic serving bowl for dinner. This has so many beautiful colors in it that it always looks so pretty on the table or on the buffet if you're having some friends over. If you are having barbecue, then you gotta make some homemade coleslaw, and the pre-packaged coleslaw mix really does make it super easy. I usually use 2 bags of the tricolor mix. I got these at Walmart. I use a little bit of Hellmann's mayo, some sour cream, ranch dressing mix, garlic powder, Mrs. Dash, minced onion, about a teaspoon of sugar, and salt and pepper. So I don't have exact measurements for this recipe because I think that it always goes along with your own taste. Some people like their coleslaw a little bit dry, others like it really wet. Personally, I like it somewhere in between. As far as seasonings go, this is also one of those recipes where you kind of add and taste as you go along. Our family likes our coleslaw a little bit more garlicky with onion flavor, so I tend to add more garlic and minced onions. So add your seasonings a little bit at a time and taste along the way, and you will come up with your family's favorite combo. Once you get your coleslaw just perfect, transfer it to a serving dish, cover with some cling wrap, and get it in the refrigerator. Coleslaw is so much better when it is cold. We like to add it right on top of our barbecue chicken, inside of a good bun, but it's just as good alongside whatever you're serving. Our barbecue chicken is all done. I'm going to remove it from the crock pot, shred it all up, add a little bit more of barbecue sauce, and put it back in the pot, and then it is ready for serving. Be sure to always check your meat with a meat thermometer to be sure that it comes up to the proper temperature. So this is my plate for our inside barbecue. This is one of my all-time favorite meals. I love barbecue chicken with coleslaw on top with a side of pasta salad that is full of fresh vegetables. Even though it might be raining outside, we still have the best meal in front of us and family around us, and you truly cannot get better than that. So thank you all so much for watching today's family night dinner video. These are really fun to put together. I am so glad that you are enjoying them. Check the information box down below for details to the recipes that I shared in today's video. Join our communities over on Facebook and Instagram at My Bashful Life, and please don't forget to subscribe. I'd love to have you all back as part of our YouTube family. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.